Hi there, and welcome to my video on how to do Christine Daae's hair from the Phantom of the Opera musical. I just wanted to take a quick second to talk about this before actually doing it. First of all, there is no one accepted hairstyle for Christine Daae, not even from the musical. It's been around for 25 years, and has varied from actress to actress, and over 25 years there have been a lot of actresses. But there is a general accepted shape, and that's what I'll be trying to recreate. And that is a middle part with some volumed wave on either side, and then a gathering towards the back. Some of them do it more to the side, some of them go to the full middle, which I will probably be doing. I will be doing this shape mostly because, excuse me while I pin my hair up, because I think it's more flattering as a whole than some of the other variations. For example, the movie does this big halo-y thing that I just don't think is terribly flattering necessarily for a lot of people, including me. So I'm going to be doing the middle part, some volumed wave, gathered to the back, and then the nice spiraled curls. Depending on which actress, the curls are longer, tighter, there's either greater poof of curls or they kind of hang down straight and then a really tight ringlets. I'm going to be doing whatever my hair decides it wants to do today. So anyway, there's that. I've never done this hairstyle before, so you may see a lot of skipping, and that's me skipping over stuff that doesn't work. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is turn on my curling iron. It's a 1-inch, and I have to put it on a pretty high setting, but you'll want to know your own hair. The next thing I'm going to do is do the middle part. I spritzed it with a bit of water just to help with making that part since my hair was dry. And then the next thing I'm going to do is separate the front from the back sections. And I'm doing that by just starting at the top of the middle and going to just behind the ear. And now I'm twisting and kind of tucking away the back hair so it's out of the way while I work with the front. The next thing you want to do is take from your front and side sections and separate out just this very tiny little portion in the front. And that's going to be for the spiral curls that she has framing her face, the very tiny little baby curls. Really what you're doing is creating a hairline. So you want to do a very neat straight line and just a very small section from the front and side. If you have bangs, I would try to work them into these sections just because your bangs are going to be shorter than the rest of your hair. So that will be helpful. But my hair's, it's layered, but they're really long layers, so they're basically the same length. And see, I'm just twisting and clipping that out of the way. And again, you want to be very clean and straight lines there, since it's going to be your hairline. The wigs for the Christines actually have that to hide the actress's natural hairline. So next what I'm going to do is curl the front sections, and I'm doing that by separating out these little sections of hair, and I'm actually doing kind of a horizontal curl. So you can see once I get that section separated out, I'm going to pull it across to the opposite side and then roll back. So I'm pulling across to the right and then rolling back towards the left. Well, it's my left. You're looking at it, so it's your right, but you know what I mean. And once I'm done with that, I'm going to let kind of pull the curl out, roll it back up around my fingers, and pin it into place. And this is going to let the curls set for a little while longer while I work with the rest of my hair. And also just kind of keep those curls out of the way while I'm working with the rest of my hair. So you see I've rolled it around my fingers, and I'm just taking a little clip and clipping into place. You can use bobby pins. I really like the clips because they're really easy to work with, and I just bought a whole bag full of them. So you can see on the opposite side, I'm curling the other direction, and that's so the curls on either side are going the same way as all the other curls on their side, but the opposite direction from the opposite side. Hope that makes sense. So, yeah, curls on the left, curl the left, the curls on the right, curl the right. That's what I'm getting at. And this is because what I'm going to do later is actually kind of create this twisting roll, and it's so much easier if your curls are all going the same direction. If they're going a different direction, they're going to be kind of kinky and bumpy. But because she does have a middle part, you want each side to be parallel but opposite. You don't want to have your curls all going the same direction around your whole head. That would look funny. So again, with each curl, I'm just curling it first and then wrapping around my fingers. You want to be careful, don't, give it a couple of seconds to cool so you're not burning your fingers or anything. I'm also using a lot of hairspray and product, because even though my hair is textured, because I had it in curls earlier that day, curls that fell out, you just want to be careful and protect your curls. Use a lot of product. It'll also help it set better. So now we're going to skip, and all of a sudden I'm going to poof, head full of curls. So there you go. You can see the curls on either side. They're going opposite directions between the sides, but the same direction on their side. The next thing I'm going to do is curl the back. Again, my hair looks really gross because I had it in curls earlier, but I was in a parade and they all fell out. And because I didn't use hairspray or much product at all, I just kind of did natural curls. So what I'm doing is I'm separating out from the back section, the top and middle, and just leaving that bottom layer. And this is because I'm going to curl in layers. My hair is really long and thick, but even if your hair isn't thick, it just makes it so much easier to do those kind of spiral curls. And you also want to use very small sections of hair. So you can see I've separated out a small section of hair, give it a good spritz of hairspray, and then I'm going to do a tight spiral, this time vertical curl. And it's because you want the curls to hang down and be those long springy spirals that she has. I'm moving all my towels because they were getting hairspray all over them. So in just a second I'll let it go and you can see, nice little spiral curl. And then do that with a whole head of hair. So again, I curled in layers. So you separate out first the bottom layer, curl that, then the middle layer, curl that, then the top layer, curl that. And that's just the easiest way to get all your spirals going. The next thing I'm going to do is actually plug in, I have then a teeny tiny little curling iron, which I'll show you in a sec. See? Very tiny. And I'm turning that on so I can use it for her bangs, the little framey curl bits she has. But first I'm going to work with then these front side sections, which we curled earlier, and they're in a good kind of hard set right now. One of the things you can do is you can go and look at your favorite Christine wig, and you can see some of them do more a 30s or 40s almost type style where it's got a bit more of a wave and then it's pulled back, but I'm gonna do a kind of curling roll because it's just so much easier, and I think easier to duplicate if you're not well versed in different hair techniques. So this all I'm skipping over. I'm just kind of playing around until I decide what I want to do. And also I have to jump to an iPhone video. Sorry, it's vertical. What I'm doing is just a really loose roll. So you'll see first I'm separating out the front side section. It's going really fast, sorry. But that's because it took a while to play with it. And I'm really just rolling it in the direction of the curls around my fingers and creating this kind of loose, voluminous poof of hair. And I'm pinning that into place where I like it. And one thing you'll want to do is be careful. What I do is I pin up and under. So you capture the hair where you want it. You can kind of see you're pinning back up into it, and that'll kind of lock that pin into place. And I'm sorry this is going much faster than I thought it was, but I hope it's kind of clear what I did. First, and you can see I'm doing it on the other side, just a really loose roll. Because the curls are all going the same direction, they should roll together really easily, and you can just use your fingers to pull them apart and make them a little looser and lighter. And it's easier if you do the top front first and then a smaller side section to kind of cover and round out the shape. And then what I'm doing, you can kind of see I'm twisting the curls around one another so that they'll hang down straight and curl together. So you can see I'm kind of playing with them, curling them, twisting them around one another so that they'll hang down straight together instead of poofing out. Unless you want them to poof out, which you totally can. I've kind of left it hanging. Once I've got that twisting roll going, I'm just kind of leaving it to hang down by the side. You can also pull across to the back so it meets in the middle, but I like it on the side. And now what I'm doing, I'm using my baby curling iron and my little curl glove to make those little baby spirals. You can see I make funny faces because I think they're fun little curls. But I'm skipping through it because it's just a lot more curling. If you don't have a baby curling iron, you can use a big one too. I just like the baby one because it creates those really tight and tiny little spirals, which you want around her face. And so you can see Again, like the bigger curls on the sides, these little side bang curls, you want to all be going the same direction according to their side as well. So that they're curled in opposite directions to each other, but the same direction per side. Now this is the tricky part that you can see I'm really kind of flying through. Because my hair is long, and these aren't actually cut for size, I'm just really having to pin the curls up to make them look as if they are shorter. So here you can see I'm slowing down just a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. One of the things about curls is you can actually kind of flip. If you grab them in the middle, you can actually flip them a little bit and then pin that middle section up into the rest of your hair. And it'll almost create this fake curl effect. So you can see I'm pinning towards the middle as if that front is now its own separate little curl from the ends. I hope that makes sense. Basically, you're faking how short your hair is by grabbing it in the middle and pinning the middle up. Almost like if you're making a swag or a drape. It's basically what you're doing. You're just kind of draping your curls so that they look like they're shorter than they are. So there you go, and I'm just kind of fussing and playing with them. And with the really long ones on the sides, you actually see I grab the ends and then just kind of roll it together in the middle to, again, shorten it. If your hair is actually short, you won't have to do this, and that'll save you one step. But my hair is really long and kind of all the same length. And then I'm spraying them into place, playing with them a bit more. Hairspray will really help you kind of shape them and place them where you want. You just really want to create a kind of fluffy and romantic front frame, I guess. So I'll play with those for a bit more, and then I'm going to speed through the other side since you've already seen me do one. Again, just kind of grabbing curls in the middle and shortening them and pinning them into place, faking a nice little short hairstyle, and creating her very lovely hairline. And then once you've got all that into place, really the only other thing you might want to do is go back, and if any of your spiral curls have kind of clumped together, you can recurl them to separate them out and make them neat and orderly, and transform yourself into Christine. So this is the best I've got to evoke her look as a nice lacy top, but there you go. That's how you do Christine hair, at least this version of it. I hope that was helpful, and thank you so much for watching. Please let me know if there are any heroines hairstyles you would like to see recreated, and I will do what I can. Thanks so much. Bye.